The transfer window reshaping European football, tactical stories behind every major club. Every transfer window tells a different story. Some clubs chase immediate success, others prepare for the next generation, while a few simply fight to remain competitive. The 2026 summer window has become one of long-term planning rather than impulsive spending. Sporting directors are investing in profiles that fit tactical systems instead of simply collecting famous names. Across Europe, clubs are balancing financial fair play regulations, squad evolution and managerial philosophies. Behind every rumor and contract extension lies a strategic decision that could influence seasons to come. AC Milan, building the future while protecting the present. AC Milan continue to pursue one of Europe's youngest and most athletic squads. Their interest in Sanan Diawara perfectly fits the club's recent recruitment strategy. Rather than purchasing established superstars, Milan have consistently targeted players capable of developing into elite performers. Diawara represents a modern midfielder comfortable progressing the ball through pressure, pressing aggressively and covering large defensive spaces. Should the move materialize, he would provide Milan with another energetic option suited to high-intensity football. Meanwhile, the club are also monitoring Savinho, attracting competition from Tottenham. Savinho's ability to attack 1-versus-1 situations would add unpredictability to Milan's wide areas. Modern Serie A increasingly rewards teams capable of stretching compact defensive blocks, making explosive wingers invaluable assets. Defensively, Milan are also watching developments surrounding Theo Hernandez, who has reportedly been offered to other Serie A clubs. Losing one of the world's most attacking fullbacks would significantly alter Milan's tactical identity. Theo's overlapping runs create width, allowing central midfielders to occupy half spaces and forwards to attack the penalty area. Replacing that influence would require not only defensive quality but also elite attacking production. Taken together, Milan's activity reflects a club attempting to lower the squad's average age without sacrificing competitiveness. Inter Milan, rewarding stability. Across the city, Inter have chosen continuity. The contract extension for Jan Oral Bisek demonstrates confidence in one of Serie A's fastest developing defenders. Standing out for his physical dominance and composure in possession, Bisek has become increasingly important within Inter's back three system. Historically, Inter's greatest defensive eras, from Giuseppe Bergami through Walter Samuel to Alessandro Battoni, have been built on stability rather than constant rebuilding. By extending Bisek, Inter preserved tactical familiarity while avoiding entering an increasingly inflated centre-back market. Juventus, reinforcing every department. Juventus continue rebuilding after several inconsistent seasons. The expected arrival of Randall Kolo Muani offers tactical flexibility rarely available in Serie A. Unlike traditional number 9s, Kolo Muani can drift wide, attack defensive channels and initiate high pressing. His movement could create greater freedom for attacking midfielders arriving into scoring positions. Meanwhile, the signing of young prospect Kerim Alajbegovic highlights Juventus' commitment to long-term planning. Rather than focusing solely on immediate success, the club are investing in players capable of becoming future first-team contributors. Historically, Juventus dominated Italian football by combining experienced leaders with carefully integrated young talents. Current recruitment suggests that philosophy is returning. Napoli and Roma, different paths to progress. Napoli remain active in the defensive market, pursuing Benoit Badiashile. The French defender offers aerial dominance, recovery pace and strong distribution from the back. With Napoli seeking greater defensive security while maintaining possession-based football, Badiashile appears an ideal profile. Roma, meanwhile, continue negotiations for Ez Abd, although talks have reportedly stalled. Abd's direct dribbling would inject pace into Roma's attack, particularly against compact defensive blocks where creativity often becomes limited. Roma's recruitment underlines an important tactical reality: modern football increasingly demands wide players capable of eliminating defenders individually rather than relying solely on structured passing combinations. Real Madrid, preparing the next era. Real Madrid remain Europe's benchmark for succession planning. Reports suggest the move for Diomande has experienced delays, but Madrid rarely rush negotiations. The club have repeatedly demonstrated patience, preferring to secure long-term value over short-term headlines. Attention also surrounds Endrick, whose future continues generating discussion. Madrid's history is filled with young stars gradually earning opportunities rather than immediately becoming regular starters. From Vinicius Jr. to Rodrigo, patience has often transformed raw talent into world-class performers. The club's extraordinary financial strength also continues attracting attention after recording record revenues. Those figures reinforce Madrid's unique position within world football, allowing sustained investment while remaining financially competitive. The combination of commercial success and disciplined recruitment has become one of Madrid's greatest competitive advantages. Premier League giants, evolution continues. Liverpool continue monitoring Matias Fernandez Pardo, another technically gifted young attacker. Liverpool's recent recruitment has shifted towards players comfortable operating across multiple positions. Fernandez Pardo's versatility mirrors this philosophy, allowing tactical adjustments during matches without major personnel changes. Tottenham are simultaneously monitoring Cody Gakpo while competing with Milan for Savinho. Under modern tactical systems, versatility has become increasingly valuable. Gakpo's ability to operate centrally or from the left offers flexibility during congested fixture schedules. Chelsea also remain active. Reports linking Maxence Lacroix suggest the club continue prioritizing athletic defenders capable of defending high defensive lines. Lacroix's recovery speed would support an aggressive pressing structure. Meanwhile, rumors involving Jordan Henderson present an entirely different discussion. While no longer in his physical prime, Henderson's leadership, positional discipline and experience could provide valuable guidance inside a youthful dressing room. Whether such a move ultimately happens or not, it reflects football's continuing appreciation for experienced leaders alongside emerging talent. Tottenham, Crystal Palace and transfer speculation. Interest surrounding Pape Matar Sarr illustrates how quickly young midfielders attract attention after breakthrough seasons. Sarr combines defensive intensity with progressive passing, qualities increasingly demanded in elite football. Should Tottenham receive serious offers, they would face the familiar dilemma between immediate sporting ambition and financial opportunity. Maintaining talented young midfielders often proves just as valuable as signing new players. Sevilla's youth investment. Sevilla reportedly lead the race for Marc Guiu, continuing their tradition of identifying young attacking talent before market values explode. Spanish football has long rewarded intelligent movement rather than purely physical forwards. Guiu possesses the instincts of a penalty box striker while also developing his link-up play. For Sevilla, securing another promising young striker could represent both a sporting investment and future financial opportunity. Saudi Arabia, financial questions emerging. Al Nassr have become one of football's biggest financial stories. Reports regarding financial challenges highlight how ambitious spending projects eventually require sustainable economic foundations. Saudi football has transformed the global transfer market by attracting elite players with lucrative contracts. However, maintaining those investments requires commercial growth, infrastructure development and long-term planning. The coming years may determine whether Saudi clubs evolve into permanently sustainable football institutions or remain heavily dependent on continued investment. International football, stability and change. Mauricio Pochettino's reported extension with the United States national team provides continuity ahead of future international tournaments. Pochettino's pressing philosophy, tactical organization and emphasis on youth development align well with the growing talent emerging from American football. Meanwhile, Gianfranco Zola joining Italy's coaching structure would reconnect one of the nation's greatest creative players with the national setup. Italy has frequently blended legendary former players into coaching roles, ensuring technical traditions pass from one generation to another. Another major international story concerns Antonio Rudiger, who has reportedly retired from international football. Germany lose not only one of Europe's most dominant central defenders but also a vocal leader whose aggression, anticipation and competitive mentality shaped the national team's defensive identity. Replacing such influence extends beyond finding another defender. Leadership itself becomes difficult to replace. Chelsea's defender and Barcelona's target. Chelsea's interest in strengthening defensively through Maxence Lacroix complements wider Premier League trends. Athletic centre-backs capable of defending large spaces have become essential as teams increasingly press higher up the pitch. Across Spain, discussions surrounding Ez Abd and Marc Guiu demonstrate La Liga clubs continuing to balance financial realities with youth development. Rather than competing financially with England's biggest spenders, Spanish clubs increasingly depend upon intelligent scouting and player development. Football beyond the pitch. Not every major headline concerns transfers. Marc Cucurella's decision to honor his manager through a tattoo reflects football's emotional side. Successful dressing rooms often depend upon trust between players and coaches. Such stories rarely influence tactical analysis, yet they reveal the personal relationships underpinning elite performance. Elsewhere, FIFA continues facing debate over potential private equity investment. Supporters and administrators remain divided. Advocates argue external investment could accelerate global football development, while critics fear commercial interests gradually outweigh sporting priorities. At the same time, discussions surrounding possible UEFA World Cup boycott threats highlight continuing tensions between governing bodies over football's expanding calendar. The modern game increasingly requires balancing commercial growth with player welfare and competitive integrity. A window defining the next decade. This transfer window is about far more than completed deals. AC Milan are investing in youth while protecting their tactical identity. Inter reward continuity through contract extensions. Juventus rebuild with flexibility and long-term vision. Real Madrid continue preparing tomorrow's stars without abandoning financial discipline. Liverpool, Chelsea and Tottenham search for profiles capable of thriving in increasingly demanding tactical systems. Beyond transfers, financial questions surrounding Al Nassr, governance debates involving FIFA and UEFA, and changes within international football remind us that the modern game extends far beyond 90 minutes on the pitch. The clubs making the smartest decisions today are not simply buying the best players, they are constructing sustainable football projects. Years from now, this summer may be remembered not for the biggest transfer fee, but for the strategic choices that quietly reshaped European football's competitive landscape.